Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've made a video for the simple fact that my daughter is now 2 months and 1 week. So I know the last time that I made a video, I was 38 weeks pregnant, I believe. And yeah, and I went all the way to 40 in 2 days. So I guess this video is kind of going to be an update. It's also going to be how my birth plan went. Did I have a VBAC and all that. So let's get started. I was 39 weeks and my doctor told me that if I did not progress any further in the next week, that I was going to have to schedule a repeat C-section. I was only 3 centimeters dilated. She was still very high. And my cervix, or my, what is it? It wasn't very thinned out. It was only like, I think 50 to 60% thinned. To them, I guess that wasn't that much because she was still so high up. Anyway, I felt discouraged. I was really upset, but me and my husband talked and we said that we were going to give it our last ditch effort over the weekend because it was, he had off that weekend, and we were going to walk and do other things that they say to do to start labor. You know, they say that how you make a baby is the way to get them out. Well, that's something else that we tried. And I walked a lot, and it was Sunday night. Me and my husband decided we were going to try one last thing, and that was to do the deed. And Monday morning, which was March 19th, I started having pretty intense contractions. They were about 5 minutes apart, 5 or 6 minutes apart, and they were lasting about a minute long. But I had had this happen before. I had had what is it called? There's a name for being in false labor, pretty much. So I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe it was just false labor again. So I waited around, and they just become more intense, and they were not going away. I was laying down, I was drinking water, they were not going away. So I started to think, okay, I think this might be it. By the time that my mom called my husband, I couldn't talk. I was in that much pain. And they were still about 5 minutes apart and lasting, or 5 minutes apart and lasting a minute long. So my husband called my doula, and my doula came. And by the time that she come there, they were about 3 minutes apart and lasting about a minute. And she was having to rub my back, my pressure points on my back, to be able to get me through my contractions each time. So it was a real deal, and I was excited because I had gotten discouraged and didn't think that my body was ever going to go into natural labor. So we labored at home for about, let's see, I started at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I stayed until about 2:30, so 7:30, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, so about 9 hours I labored at home. I'm just gonna, about 8, 9 hours. I had one really big one, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I think that it's time to go to the hospital. You know, I don't want an epidural yet. I can handle them, but I think it's time to go to the hospital. I don't want to do this at home anymore. My doula said that she could feel like a space in between my bones and my chest, and that was a good indication that it was at least 5 or 6 centimeters dilated. And I'm thinking that would be fantastic, but I don't think so. But we leave for the hospital, and we get there about 3:30, and they do check me, and lo and behold, I am 5 centimeters dilated, and my my bag of water is bulging. So I mean that's about to break. I keep laboring. They're starting to get a little bit more intense. My birth ball, I labor on that for a little while, and I was lucky because the hospital got in the baby monitors, or the heartbeat monitor, whatever it's called, where they monitor the heartbeat and your heart rate and all that crap. Wireless one so that I could move around freely as I wanted. So I was on my birth ball and I walked the halls a little bit, and my doctor come in and he told me that he didn't like her heart rate. It was going up pretty high, and he wanted me to lay down and take a break for a while from all the movement and stuff. And as soon as I did, her heart rate went back up, so I decided that I was just going to stay in bed. But I moved in different positions, and I would get up every once in a while and move around a little bit more. But that's when they got really, really, really intense, and they were coming every 2 minutes, and they were lasting over a minute long. So I did that for a while, and my husband talked me through it. He was the most supportive person. I wish that I could have gotten on video all the stuff that he was saying to me. He's the best husband in the world. I love him so much. I love him more than I did before I had her, if that's even possible. He was just amazing, and I couldn't have done it without him, and I definitely could not have done it without my doula. Anyway, so they come in and checked me, and I was 7.5, 8 centimeters, and that was in a matter of 2.5 to 3 hours that I went from 5 to 8. The doctor come in and he said that my bag was bulging. I already knew that, and he asked me if I wanted him to break it and that it would speed things up. Well, I said that's fine, go ahead. So I let him break my water, and it definitely sped things up, and it made my contractions so intense that I just couldn't do it anymore. So I went ahead and got an epidural at 8 centimeters. So I almost did it naturally. I mean, I didn't, but I almost did. I got really far, and all my techniques and stuff, they worked great. I needed a break. I was tired, I was exhausted. I was pretty much up all night, with what I thought was contractions that just got more intense about 7 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted, and I had been laboring all day. So I needed a break, and I could not sleep through those contractions. They were hurting so bad. And it was mostly in my back, and I had back problems to begin with, so it just made it worse. But anyway, so I got my epidural, and I rested for about 2 hours, and the next time my doctor come in, I was fully dilated. And I just started crying because I just could not believe that I was actually gonna do it, that I was gonna have the birth that I wanted. I had a little bit of the lip left, so they wanted to leave me a little bit longer and see if it would go away. About 30 minutes, he comes back and checks me, and it's gone, and I'm complete, and I'm ready to go. So they start getting everything together for me to push, and luckily, my epidural only took on one side, so I could still feel almost everything, and I knew what I was doing, and I could push just fine. I pushed for about 40 minutes, and at 9:17 on March 19th, 2012, my Tessa was born via VBAC, and I couldn't have been happier. My nurse and my doula and my husband and everyone were just so supportive, and I couldn't have done it without them. So I just want to thank everyone that was there with me that day, because it was just so beautiful and just so perfect, and I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you. But she weighed 7 pounds, 15.7 ounces. So she was she weighed 6 pounds, sorry, 6 pounds, 15.7 ounces. So she was almost 7 pounds. She was 19 inches long, and she was just perfect. And this is Tessa. Say hi. how cute I am? I look like my brother. Yes, I do. So this is my Tessa Lee. She was actually born on my mother-in-law's birthday, which is great because her middle name is after my mother-in-law. So it was just kind of weird. You know, she was due the 17th and she come 2 days late. So everything just worked out great. And I actually had a doctor's appointment that Monday morning when I went into labor. And I didn't go to it. And then I showed up at the hospital in labor, in full-blown labor with her. So I did it, you guys. I had my VBAC. It's very possible. I'm not saying that, you know, a uterine rupture couldn't have happened. And I'm not saying that it's for everybody, but it's what I chose to do and I stuck with it. And in the end, I had a VBAC and I couldn't be happier. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get this video out, and it's a really long video too, but there was so many details, I just didn't want to miss anything. But yeah, I promise to have more videos now. As you can see, I have my camcorder again, and I'm in a new place, in our place. I'm not living with anybody. I live in my own place, really nice place this time, and I have more time because she's a little bit older, so that I can make more videos, because I miss making videos. I really did, but I just hadn't had the time and I didn't have my camcorder. So, but this is Tess. Say I weigh about 12 pounds now, because I weighed her like, what was it, 3 weeks ago, and she weighed 11 pounds because I weigh like 149, and then it went all the way up to like 160. So, yeah, she's a chunky little baby, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm a chunky chunky. Oh, chunky chunky. Say hi. 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 See, I have blue eyes too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. She's got a little cute little polka dotted green skirt on. Here, let me pull it down so you can see it. And then I'm gonna stop this video because it's like 12 minutes long. See? Hi! 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 Woo! Alright guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for being so supportive over my VBAC. I really appreciate that. And again, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get this video out, but now you have it. So yeah, please leave your thoughts on everything underneath this video, and thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget that beauty is only Irish deep. Bye, guys.